Hello everybody, I'm AMH. Our water doesn't work. I burnt my thumb in some frying oil and it is now oozing plasma because I accidentally burst the blister on it. And I'm here to bring you a new game. Let's get into it. This is a Spooktober visual novel by Ozone Interactive. Yeah, it does contain blood and gore, body horror, animal abuse, physical violence. I'm gonna have to move myself back over here and do a little skaboop. Oh, not what I wanted you to skaboop. Ooh. Hey, we're here. Anyway, let's start. Also, this is full screen, so I tried to flick the lighter again, getting more and more desperate now. I can feel their eyes on me as I fail to light my fuse, my hands starting to shake. Picturing the scowl on Red's face, I flicked it harder and lit. I quickly hold it against the fuse. It snakes up the link faster than I was expecting. Remembering my fear of the explosion, I scramble to my feet and run towards them. Oh, we're setting shit off. Clambering noisily into the bushes, I can see Blue perched on a rock and Red leaning against a tree. I don't have time to apologize as I hear the crackling start behind me. Plumes of smoke erupt out of the rocket, and the noise gets louder and louder and louder until a few sparks sprinkle the ground, but the rocket doesn't even fire. It's a dud. Start to feel their eyes on me again. Red sighs dramatically. I like my pointer thing. Little baseball bat. Man, seriously? I slowly turn around to face him, my chest constricting as I realize how much I fucked up. Why does this look like the Shiba Inu that's like... You swore up and down to me that this would be the best way to start the night. Iman watched us instead going over Williams. He breathes in heavily through his mask, the dark eye holes making it impossible to read his expression. I can tell he's becoming furious. He starts fiddle with his bat. Listen, man, I'm so sorry. Sean told me how good these were gonna be, and I really believed him. I wanted to impress you. I can't read to save my life. There's still the rest of Halloween. His posture changes as I start to grovel, relaxing the white-knuckle grip on his bat. Please do not bonk me. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I know it still won't be good enough. I look over at Blue for support, and he just stares back, oddly still. Oh, hey, another Shiba Inu. I'll do whatever you want for the rest of the night to make it up. I promise I won't pussy out like with Ed. Ed barks out a short laugh at that, back to lazing against the tree trunk. Blue huffs and starts to root around in his bag, gripping something. I'm gonna make you regret that promise, runt. Sides, you already old me. If the night is gonna be improved after that, let's go. Any ideas of what to subject him to, Blue? My chest starts to tighten again, knowing exactly what Blue considers a fun use of his free time. His free day. The free day. Used to catch him pulling the limbs off of bugs when we were younger, not knowing he graduated to something stronger. Oh, great. Until I found mice in his room. I've been meaning to. Okay, bye, Blue. Wait, I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna make the runt get back at Sean for his shitty fireworks. Rock through his window, maybe? I start to breathe again, realizing I'm not gonna be subjected to whatever Blue was thinking of. My stomach sinks the second I realize what I'll be doing instead. But wait, I don't know if he deserves. He said anything to make it better, right? This is anything. Sean has deserved it ages before this. Remember when he stole Liam's bike and wouldn't admit to it? A rock is getting off lightly. A little bump, 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 bump. Red starts to saunter in the direction of Sean's house, and I scramble up behind him. Why am I hanging out with these people? Feeling a prickling in my neck, I turn around and spot Blue still stood behind us. He's staring up at the moon, heavy in the sky. I look a little closer, but he seems to snap out of it and turn towards me. Scratch skin under my thick mask, trying to focus on him. Funny feeling starts to form in the back of my mind, like we're somehow making eye contact underneath our mask, even though I can't make out his face. Hurry up, Jesus, you too scared of the dark or something? Blue looks back at the road, straightening up and beginning to amble towards us. I realize how long I've been frozen watching him and scurry back in Red's direction. Rah! Red snickers at his own joke loudly, and I try to relax again. It feels like we walked for ages by the time we arrive on Sean's street. Probably more like 10 minutes. Well. The dread in the pit of my stomach is only strengthened over the walk. Every trick or treater we walk by makes me feel worse. I mean, kids. Kids, am I right? Family passes by me, and I suddenly realize how public this is going to be on a day where everybody's outside. The dread solidifies further. In contrast, Red whistles cheerily next to me, the shaggy wolf's head he's wearing muffling it into an ominous tune. Blue stalks behind us, breathing heavily. It sounds somehow like he's finished running a marathon. Red jauntily raises his bat up to the house like some kind of circus ringleader. Yeah. Well, here we are. It looks empty, so try not to shit yourself. He turns around suddenly, surveying the nearby houses. Spotting something he likes, he wanders over to a crumbling brick wall across the street. He kicks harshly at it, an old brick showering across his path. Reaching down, he dislodges a huge trunk. Here you are, Brunt, with that big target you shouldn't be able to miss. Yeah, alright. Well, can one of you guys watch out for trick-or-treaters? You sure nobody's here? You scared of kids, man? Jesus, just throw the fucking thing. Yeah, weenie. Get his bedroom window if you can manage it. I want him to know. I don't know about this. Why don't we just... You said you would do anything, and you will, or tonight's gonna get much worse. Why do I hang out with these people? What did I do? Yeah, but if you have to ruin it, I'll make you regret it. He's stalking towards me, waving his bat madly. I feel like I'm speaking to an alien. Ooh, bump, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. He's a dick, sure, but now he's more like a man possessed. I step back, feeling myself starting to hyperventilate. A large shape appears next to his bat, gripping it firmly enough that his bat stops waving instantly. I realize it's Blue as Red lets out a snarl in surprise. Get the fuck off me, man. He tries to whirl on him, but an inhuman roar rips through the night atmosphere. Red nearly drops the brick clutched in his other hand. I realized that it had come from Blue. Hey, whoa, alright. Just throw the damn thing, okay? Feels like it's been sedated. Blue releases the bat and Red's arm flops lazily down to his side. Blue looks at me and nods. Blue, what? Okay, I'm doing it. I'll throw. There's a rush of bile in my throat as I look away, capable of processing whatever I had just seen. I'm thinking a race breathe in and throw. Heave! Heave! Glass shatters, pouring into the bedroom. Abruptly, I realize I can breathe again and take deep gulps of the night air. Red jumps up, hooting at that enthusiastically at the destruction. Oops. Oop. Just click. Shit, let's go. Take off sprinting down the road, footsteps pounding behind me. He said, deuces. My lungs start to burn, but I keep pushing until the world around me starts to get blurrier. I feel my heart beating out of my chest, deafening me. Finally, I stumble against the house and stop to rest. And west. God. What's so funny, man? Jesus, can't believe he was there. God, that makes up for the firework. But what if... Wearing mask, relax. Red's attempt to comfort does not make me feel better. I feel like the world's closing in on me. Can you imagine the look on his face? Probably woke him up from a fucking nap. Jesus. That or he was wanking in the dark. Probably. That sets him off into further peals of laughter, clutching his chest. Slowly, the world around me starts to right itself again. That's a new best from you. What does that mean? Blue's looking down at me, his whole body curled up against the wall, but somehow still towering over. Yeah, that definitely beats stealing a pint from the pub. Red punches me in the shoulder and I start to laugh with him, admittedly pretty amused by the idea of Sean's reaction. God. My turn to be compensated for the fireworks. I peer up at Blue, suddenly remembering what had just happened between him and Red and what I had promised. My heart drops. Why not? Let's see if we can really make him braver, right? Feels like Red doesn't even remember what had only transpired between them. Only just transpired between them. Back to working together to torment me. Maybe we can do something more Halloween-y now, right? I have something in mind. I have an idea. Take a deep breath, suddenly regretting it as I notice a putrid smell wafting in the breeze. I recoil slightly, then try to conceal my reaction as I realize the scent is coming from Blue. Did he shit himself? He's not the kind of person who normally smells, well, good, but this is a lot even for him. He reaches into his bag and pulls out a small shoebox, discolored and torn. The smell gets considerably worse as he holds it out towards me. It smells sweet in the most sickening possible sense. Rinse Resist the urge to gag as a picture of whatever could be inside. Red reaches over, trying to grab the box from his hand, but Blue quickly moves it out of his reach. Dude, what the fuck is in there? It smells worse than when my cousin left a plate of rotting eggs in my room. Can't open it. It's not for you. Man, tell me there's not anything fucked up in there. Red shifts slightly on his back foot before turning away. Actually, I think you'll appreciate this when you know the recipient. Red inclines its head back in Blue's direction, encouraging him to keep speaking. I made it for Jack. Red stops shifting around, suddenly goes completely still. I can't believe this is being brought up. Whatever happened with Jack happened long before I was involved, but I've gotten the sense it was pretty serious. He used to be a good friend of Red's and was dating Red's sister, but from what I know, the relationship got pretty fucked up. I've also gotten the sense that he's a terrifying guy. God, seriously? We're having revenge tonight, and he deserves it. You know it. All you have to do is get Green to lead this for him. I don't know about this, guys. Guys, I don't know about that. I'm bashful. I didn't know. But I'm bashful. I remember my place in all of this and snap back to reality. I really don't want to be involved in one of Blue's schemes. The way he's acting makes me feel like I'm going to be starring in a crime documentary a year from now. Red clearly notices he's lost control of the night, and I can see him trying to rally himself in my peripheral vision. Well, I won't say no to that. He deserves it. It'll make this one less useless for sure. He slaps me on the shoulder, but his enthusiasm rings completely hollow. It's not hard to see his heart isn't in it. Still, it's hard to get out of this now that he's approved. Listen, I get what you're doing, but I don't think I can do this without knowing what's in that box. It's my dick in a box. I look over at Red for support, but he doesn't seem to be paying me any attention, scuffing his boot against the pavement. What the hell kind of people are we? Not until you put it there. Come on, why not? Why not? No, you can see it. You can see it if you do it. I was gaze for a very tense couple of seconds. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what is probably in that box. His experiments flash in my mind, and I can feel myself becoming even more aware of the smell. Inclining my head up at him, I swear I can see the snout of his mask curling up into a snarl. Jumping, I push myself backwards against the wall and look again, but his mask completely the same as it was before. Slowly, he pushes the cardboard box into my hands, no reaction at all to me nearly jumping out of my skin. He swivels on his foot and starts striding down the street, Red reproachfully following behind. He's hunched over more, boots dragging loudly as he walks. You get the impression that he had just woken up if it wasn't for his bat. I mean, I get out of bed, I grab my bat, and I go on with my day. I don't know why you're being so weird about this. Even in the darkness, I could see him gripping it tightly, the veins on his arms prominent from the force. Eventually, I start to trail behind, actively trying not to look at the box in my hands. It dawns on me that Blue prepared whatever I'm holding long before our plans got derailed, which means he was probably going to do something fucked up to this guy anyway. Revenge is clearly not a motive for him. Thinking about that just makes me feel sicker, so I try to focus on the Halloween decorations. I see no Halloween decorations. Jack's house turns out to be pretty close, Blue having let us there. Luckily, it's getting pretty late now, and there seem to be less families out. I trudge along with the group before Brad suddenly swings his bat out to the side, blocking me from walking. He goes, "Ho-wapa!" Ah, what? Don't get any closer. His lights are on. His earlier cheery demeanor is completely gone as he scans the house. There's an alley around back that leads straight to his garden. Just turn right and hop over the second fence. That's his. I do not really like how quickly this is escalating. I should have dealt with this guy a long time ago. Red's mood shift is also not helping, as I imagine if he lingers here much longer, he might actually get to use his bat. I realize I just need to get this over with. I just can't. Guys, this is crazy, yeah? Stop being a little fucking weasel. Stop being a fucking weasel, alright? Aren't you supposed to be a coyote tonight? Is that what you're supposed to be? Because you look a lot like Shiba Inus. You look a lot like little pup dogs. I've forgotten how quick he had been to fly off the handle earlier, but watching him turn on me so fast, I realized how much more unstable he seems. I can't even bear to look at Blue, knowing he orchestrated this beforehand. Alright. First turn on the right, yep. Blue nods affirmatively. I don't know why he knows this. I can imagine why he knows this. Stumbling into the alley, I realize the stench of the box is only getting worse. I gag a little. Who is making all that noise? I gag a little but try to quiet myself as I get closer. Shuddering, I realize I could just leave it in the alley or find some bin for it. There's no reason to get arrested doing Blue's weird shit when he'll never know otherwise. As I look into the alley, my eyes are drawn upwards towards the sky. A horrible shiver goes up my spine as I look. As I look up at the moon, surprisingly large among the stars, a feeling that something is deeply wrong fills my chest, but the moonlight is relaxing. My legs start to move of their own accord, and I realize I'm going to fulfill Blue's task anyway. The fence stretches up before me, and I reach up to grasp the top, hauling myself ungracefully up and over. Noop, noop. Or in my case, oh shit, I just smacked my mic. Don't pay attention to that. Don't listen to that. I land with more than just a thump I land with more of a thump than I would like in his garden, ardently trying to assess my surroundings. It's a pretty disgusting garden. Patches of gas. Patches of gas. Patches of grass wilting and piles of rotting wood furniture lying in corners. Oh, hey, wait. Near to the door lies a large wire cage among various clothes that had clearly fallen off the washing line and been left in the dirt. Hearing movement on the other side of the fence, I remember the situation of it. I scramble up to the back door and quickly lay the box down, pausing as I grip the lid. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a rabbit. Where are the ears? Rabbit? Oh, why do that? It's surely been skinned and left to sit in this box for who knows how long, congealed blood coating the inside. Wave of nausea hits me faster than I can process it, and I pry off my mask before vomiting into the grass. I feel dizzy as I look up again, trying to contain my retching. Fuck. I try not to think about the implications of what I'm looking at and turn away from it, back towards the fence. I grasp it again, hop, and nearly fall flat onto the ground on the other side. Breathing deeply, I wipe at my eyes under the mask and try to pick myself back up. I lean heavily against the wall for the second, my legs not willing to cooperate. I'm not in the garden anymore, but I'm still too close, so I hasten to my feet and drag myself into the street. Avert my gaze as I approach him. I can't bear it. Right, let's go. I hear Brad moving away from us, and I try to shadow him, bringing my breathing back to a normal level. A hand grips my shoulder, and I hear mocking laughter from over it. Hey, it'll get a reaction. He's too close to me, and I can't even stomach a nod to the affirmative. I swallow. You gotta tell me what was in that box, seriously. I tilt my head lopsidedly at him, trying to focus on the words. It was my plan, I'll tell you. I did say you'd be impressed. Red stands at attention, clearly hating the suspense. I remember you mentioning he had a rabbit. He thinks it went missing 6 days ago. He'll know where it went now. World feels like it goes out from under me as I watch Red's reaction. His shoulders tense up even further, then they drop, and then they tense again. He looks away wildly, then looks back. His rabbit? His bat starts to move at his side, twitching as he shakes. That damn rabbit! I sure love that thing, you sick fuck! What the hell is wrong with you? Oh shit, they're gonna start beating each other. I'm just He snarls, and I swear I see a flashy yellow in the eye holes of the mask, blue up staring back at me. All at once he leaps at Blue, bat raised over his head. Oh. I throw myself out of the way as Blue grasps him in mid-air, their bodies colliding as they tumble to the floor. Hey, stop! Wait, hold on. I feel like I'm watching something more animal than human. Bodies matted for roiling in constant motion. Red quickly lifts his bat and swings, Blue's head snapping to the side with the force. Oh! Ow, my neck hurts just hearing that. He goes limp for a second before surging back to life, kicking at him. Red raises his arms to strike at him again. Blue roars and throws himself upwards. Rolling over, he uses his sheer size to pin Red beneath him. I should step in, but I can't breathe. You should not step in. You should get the fuck out. Deuce on them. They're not your friends. This is not your fight. He grips Red's mask, slamming his head into the pavement with incredible brutality. And again. And again. Holy shit. I'm helping you, you idiot. Have you done anything to him this whole time? Get your own revenge. The light goes out of Red's eyes. The formerly primal energy seems to dissolve instantly. They look almost comical on the ground. 2 men in Halloween masks wrestling each other in the grass. They're not wrestling. Can't believe how different it seemed just a second before. Blue gets off him, wiping the grass stains on his trousers like he's been mildly inconvenienced. I can't move. She loved that thing. Red lies there limply for a second before climbing roughly to his feet and steadying himself. I'm gonna go get a drink. I need a beer. Just stay here. He turns to me, holding my gaze for what feels like an eternity. He starts to limp away from us, but speeds up the further he gets until he's running full speed down around the corner. I realize now he's left me, alone with him. I turned away from Blue, trying to process everything that just happened. The moon is unnaturally large in the sky, hanging ominously over us. I stare at it, trying to imagine it as some kind of cosmic paradise I could escape to. As I gaze at it, my vision starts to fuzz the corners. I feel as if I can see Red's bat raised upward as he gets ready to strike. I see Blue in his experiments, mice riding in their cage. I feel an overwhelming sense of pressure building in my chest. A rage filling me up and threatening to spill over. Every time Red has screamed at me, every time I've seen Blue perform some sick stunt, everything I've seen tonight. Staring at the milky surface of the moon, I can see all the violence I can inflict back on them, all the pain. Oh, am I gonna lose it? Blue crunches through the grass at me, snapping me out of my thoughts. The second I look away from the moon, the cacophony inside my head grows quiet, but an incredible yearning to look back blossoms in its place. Blue was looking up the same view. Blue. I'm not really thinking as I speak, a strange confidence coming over me. What? Let him be a crybaby for the night. I cough and stare down at the grass, the breeze starting to chill me through my costume. You can't fucking attack each other. It isn't right. I have no idea how I'm doing this. He flicks his gaze over to me, annoyance starting to show in his stance. You'll notice, he was willing to attack me. Am I supposed to not defend myself? There's an incredible threat in his tone now. You knew what you were doing. I've known you long enough to be sure that you knew exactly what you're doing with Red and that poor fucking rabbit. His head finally flicks to me this time, and before I know it, he slammed me back against a fence. Gah! I choke out as he pins me against it, one hand on my neck, the other one gripping my left arm. You're a coward. Grow up. He squeezes harder. I pinwheel my legs around in an attempt to kick him, but he's too strong. I did it because he deserves it. You think I care about, what, our personal bond? I scratch his hole in my other arm, cringing away from his rancid breath. I wanted a reaction out of him, and I got it. You get so upset over what happens to a bunch of animals, but you don't realize. He slams me back into the fence again. You're both mice in a cage. You're just the more pathetic one. One of my kicks finally connects a little harder, his knee buckling under him. I try to dive away, but he still latched into my arm, and he pulls himself down on top of me, snarling. Oh shit, I'm gonna get my ass beat. I cringe from the punch, my head snapping against concrete. Look at me. Look at me! He grasps the side of my mask and pulls it around, facing directly towards him. My head throbs from his text, but my eyes focus in. I see that he's not human anymore. With his mask had come alive, the formerly dark eye holes illuminated with a piercing yellow glaze. Glow, I think. Gaze. Wait, don't do that. I'm sorry. Snarls louder, his canine shining in the light of the street lamp. I can feel his claws digging into the flesh of both my arms. Ha! It's almost as if he's trying to speak to me, a twisted growl finding its way out instead. Suddenly, I see the moon over his shoulder, my vision sharpening to a point. We are turning into wolves. Awoo! I twist and kick, sending him toppling over my side. I clamber to my feet and kick at his torso, only vaguely hearing the sound of my own snarling as I strike again and again. Stepping back, I feel a deep wrongness within myself. His crumpled form lays beneath me, chest heaving as he takes in deep gulps of breath. The moonlight shines on him now, even larger on the horizon. I realize I want to kill him. Oh. I love choices. Embrace it. An incredible warmth fills me as I stare down at him. The breeze rushes around my ears, the sound of the grass rustling filling the soundscape. You can hear mice scampering through the dirt and feel an urge to rush towards him, but Blue's wheezing reminds me of what I'm doing. I turn to him, tense as I watch him twitch. Something crunches hard. Just spit on my desk. He brings his legs up to stand, but his leg spasm and his boot falls away, revealing a clawed foot. I cannot read. He grunts as his bones shift out of place, his arms snapping and reshaping before my eyes. I take the opportunity given to me and pounce. He lets out a half-formed snarl as I try to bite at his neck, only vaguely aware that my mask is still in the way. My body is starting to feel incredibly distant, and I switch to breaking down his torso with my nails. Horrible squeal emits from his throat, which switches to a choked snarling as his body continues to fight against him. Revealing reshaping underneath me, his large torso creaks, shuddering. Slamming my knee into him, I feel a sickening snap as his chest caves in. Yuck. His yellow eyes stare up at me, and for a second, I wonder what I'm doing. Excuse me. I feel a horrible shifting in my leg, and then I feel my knee joint disconnect. Ah, I've been there. Ah! Fox kicks out underneath me, his clothes now engulfing him. I try to keep my hold on the squirting mass beneath me, but my vision blurs as my hips shift and crunch. I fall backwards, my head striking the pavement. The pain engulfs me as I lay there, spasming as I try to resist the changes. Another wave hits as I try to scramble to my feet, my trousers tangled around my feet. The pain now radiates through my arms, each one of my fingers crackling as they reform into tiny stumps. Gah! Oh, he was supposed to be a fox. Oh, as the feeling fades for a brief second, the fox lands on top of me. Its teeth sink into my neck and I try to scream. Hey, I was pretty close. I try to swat at the furred form above me, my half-formed legs useless as the pain swamps me. The teeth dig in further, twisting as I feel something tear. Warmth gushes down my neck, and I desperately summon all my strength to throw the fox off, hearing it smack the tarmac next to me. It squeals and squirms. I turn over, attempting to use my right arm to clutch at the deep gash. My shoulder feels fused in place, and I realize my arm can no longer reach up to my neck. Am I just dying over here? I fell down limply as my strength leaves me. Ugh. Your claws scrabbling next to me, knowing I can't fight back. I uselessly curl in on myself and try to use my malformed body to defend my head. Struggling to breathe, the overwhelming urge to rip at my throat engulfs me. I feel my flesh give way to teeth and claws, pinpricks of fire erupting across my body. My throat is raw from screaming. Nausea fills my chest as I realize my head is reshaping, my jaw lengthening and snapping into place. My gums burn as large canines pierce their surface. A deep itch covers my whole body. I nearly choke on my own tongue as I try to shut my mouth, my mask growing completely suffocating. I can barely register the creature above me, the world starting to go dark as everything swamps me. What did I become? What am I? Hack. I wake up to start, raking my claws against the fox. It's smaller than I am, blood soaked into its matted fur. My whole body screams, but the adrenaline within me is overpowering. I lunge at it. The squealing only drives me on. I swipe at its face, clawing lines from its ear down to its eye. It stumbles back from me, and I push, biting down against its pathetic form. Blood hums underneath warm fur, and I go for the kill. One last horrifying squeal rises from its throat, but it goes limp in my jaws. Slide box. I pull back, faint recognition starting in my mind. The longer I look at it, the more confused I feel. This isn't where I should be, and I don't remember why I'm here. Swiveling my ears, I refocus on my environment. The sky is getting lighter on the horizon, and I grow concerned about getting back home. I don't know what that is. Everything feels increasingly fractured, a sense of tragedy blooming in my chest. I trot in a small circle, recognition beginning to flicker, but fading away faster than I can understand it. Urgh. I look down at my prey, worried somehow that it is still alive. Completely unmoving, it lays there. Ew, in the corner of my vision, I see the source of the growl. A large wolf stands in the distance, teeth bared and eyes glinting. Right. Teeth bared and glinting. Tragedy turns to horror, and the horror of recognition only grows. The moonlight shines down on it, wet blood coating its snout. It stalks towards me faster now. I have no time to think. I run. I take doses! I know I can't outrun it, but everything in my body is screaming at me to try. The pounding behind me is only getting louder. Run. 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 The world smears past me in streaks of light. Labyrinthian. Yeah. Sure. Streets yawning out at me. Yeah, it's getting closer. Run. 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 I don't know where I'm going, but I feel purpose. Something in me is definitely trying to break free. It's almost upon me now. Run, 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 run. Sure. Oh! Flying heavily with me, it sends me flying across the grass. Dodge the snarling jaws over me and scamper to the side. Teeth come down on my back leg, and a sickening crunch rings out. I scream, choking on my own saliva. The slavering jaws are on me, tearing into the wound. I swipe out, feeling my claws pierce one of the wolf's eyes. Liquid runs over my paw. It retreats, stumbling over its own paws as blood spurts from its face. I clamber upwards, forgetting the extent of my injury. A deep snap and the feeling of wrongness radiates through my body, and I fall heavily back down onto the floor. I can't feel my leg. I realize all at once that I am not getting away. The wolf stalks back towards me, a deep growl rumbling in its chest. I brace myself, knowing that if... Oh no. It rips into my neck, my mangled throat coming apart instantly. Instead of pain, numbness fills my body. I try to raise a hand to stop the flow, but I have no hand to stop it. Oops. A pool of warm blossoms beneath me, my body tingling as it does. It feels much nicer than the chill of the wind. My head flops down on its own, and I realize I can't lift it back up. I look at the house in front of me. The night is peaceful. Recognition flickers distantly in my head. I look closer, the smell of something in the kitchen wafting out towards me. This feels... I know where I am. The claws scrabble once or twice in the grass as I try desperately to stand. This... My home? In the one embrace. I embraced it. I embraced it. I embraced the monster in which I am. I have to see what happens if we fight it, though. You know. As you always have to. Whew. Everything hurts. Oh no. My muscles spasming. My muscle is spasming. What happens if we fight back? I resist the boiling anger rising within me, reaching up and grasping my mask. I feel hot and claustrophobic, wanting out of this stupid costume as quickly as possible. A hissing noise fills my head, growing louder as I dig my fingers into the greasy fabric. It grows in volume, and I can feel my legs starting to shake. I pull, and fresh air pours in. The glow of the moon no longer seems inviting, but revolting. I look down at Blue's damaged form, and it feels as if a miasma is surrounding him. The air is charged as I approach him, whatever was influencing me clearly having seeped deep into his body. His heavy breathing sounds more like growling, and I see his chest rising and falling rapidly. I don't know whether to run, or wait, or try to help him. I've seen him be fucking cruel, but I never imagined he would attack one of us. As I crouch there, he starts to change, a twitch in Blue's leg, looking almost like a dog trying to scratch itself. Suddenly, a sickening crunch rings out. Grrr! I fall back and scrape my hands across the tarmac as he starts wildly twisting around. The screaming coming from him is nothing like I've ever heard, and there are horrible deep crunches emanating with it. As he kicks his leg out, his boot comes flying off, revealing a clawed foot. A deep sickness forms in my gut, and I crawl over, trying to pin the lower half of his body. I'm not sure what I'm even trying to achieve, but the horror in my stomach spurs me on. He catches me with the claws. I fail again to grasp him at the knee, his form smaller than I expected. Something crunches again, louder this time. If I couldn't hear his body, I would think he was having a seizure. This is clearly much worse than that. I finally pin down his lower body, something in his torso shuddering as I do. I look up to see him clawing at his mask, inhuman hands tearing into himself. All at once, it hits me. The mask! He keeps thrashing, no indication that he can hear me at all. I realize I need to get it off him, and fast, before his body deforms further. I reach over, trying to grasp at his head, but he twists it back and forth ceaselessly. I grasp as his fist connects with my abdomen, feeling winded as I try not to fall off him. Something snaps beneath me. I surge upwards, hands reaching wildly. Reaching, and... God! I grasp the snout of the mask and pull up, twisting. There's much more resistance than I expected, he bucks me off with another kick. Still, I keep a hold of it and pull harder. The fabric emanates warmth, and I try not to think of the implications as I rip and hear a tear. Did I just rip his face off? I fly back as the mask finally comes flying away, landing roughly on my back. Breathing sharply, I collapse against the road. Holy shit. Once the hammering has resided in my chest a little, I slide unsteadily back to my feet. I can see his face, blood-soaked but intact. His eyes have rolled in the back of his head, and his breathing is faint, but I can no longer hear his body shifting and breaking. It dawns on me some kind of changes, that the kind of changes his body has already gone through. I don't even know a little bit of what this could mean for him. There's a ringing in my head as it starts to set in. I mean, he attacked me, but I can't imagine him deserving that. He just changed. I look back up at the moon, but it makes the ringing louder, so I quickly avert my gaze. Fucking Christ. The world feels like it's tilted on its axis as I look down at my own hands and the mask. Have I changed as well? Could that have happened to me if I hadn't taken off my own mask? Oh. That thought makes the sickness in my stomach nearly bubble over, and I take a deep breath of the night air. Should I call someone? What would I even say? My head is really spinning now, and I resist the urge to sit down. Ugh. Sounds distant, but I feel as if I have been hollowed out. The rumble seeps into my bones as I look around for the source. Hey girl, hey! In the corner of my eye, I see it. Piercing yellow eyes stare back at me from the darkness. Horrible recognition swamps me. I know at once that this creature is red. His lips curl as a snark grows in volume. Holy cow. Slowly stepping towards me from the shadow. As the light is cast on him, I see the unmistakable tint of blood around his jaws. He moves with a predator's grace towards me. I flick my eyes down to blue, realizing I can't leave him like this. As I look back up, the wolf is even closer to me, moving silently across the road. I know I have to act, and I have no idea what to do. There's no way I can carry Blue anywhere, but he can't get away himself. He can't get himself away. I look back up at it. The muscles and its hulking form shift elegantly. I sound like I have never seen words before. Shift elegantly under the matted fur, its huge size becoming clearer every second. Realize there's nothing I can do for Blue. Turning, I run. My heart thumps against my ribcage. Resisting clattering to the floor as I sprint away, I slam my foot back into my shoes and nearly falls off. I don't hear anything behind me, painting filling my ears. Spots begin to appear in my eyes, so I'm forced to stop and lean against the building. I breathe heavily, memories of running away after throwing the rock flooding back to me. It feels like years ago, even though it can only have been an hour. The moon hangs heavily overhead, its sickly glow calling out to me again. I can hear horrible rending of flesh as it shines on me, shredded by its sharp canines. I pound my fist against the wall until I can no longer hear it and sink down. I must be losing my mind. Deliriously, I close my eyes and see that blood-soaked maw. Holy cow. Nope, wrong button. I think of Jack, and an epiphany comes to me. I don't know why, but I feel in my core that this was his blood. Shakily, I rise to my feet, an unknown sense of purpose beginning to fill me. Red must have killed him. I know it. I don't feel tethered to reality anymore, but I know what has done this. Red must have gone back for his revenge. I already know I've left Blue to die. If I had just not done his sick prank or not fucked up the night in the first place, maybe none of this would have happened. I can't let people keep dying. I realize I'm going to need to kill that creature. I'm going to need to kill Red. My legs start moving without me, and I let them lead. I feel myself coming in and out of reality as I stumble around Halloween decorations flickering in the dark. I need to find him again, and I'm concerned about what I'm going to see when I reach him. I hold in a wrench as images of Blue flash in my memory. Unlike Red, I'm not used to getting into fights. I draw a small pocket knife out of my trouser pocket, warm from the proximity. Realistically, the blade is tiny. I got it as a gift and only really carry it out of habit and convenience. I try not to think about how I'm actually going to use it as I flip the blade out and clutch the handle. Slowly, I stagger back into the street with Blue. Quickly avert my eyes as a large, bloodied form catches my attention. I know exactly who it belongs to. I hold in the wrench as I half walk, half run past it, seeing no signs of the wolf around. I start breathing again as I enter the alley nearby, almost pitch black in the darkness. Eventually, I realize I've nearly worked my way back to the field where our night began, quicking my pace towards it. My shoes crunch in the dewy grass, and I briefly hope that I don't step in any dog shit. Because that's the most of my worries right now. Thought seems ridiculous considering the circumstances, and I let out an unhinged laugh. Slightly unhinged. The bushes rustle to my side, and I look over. I see the yellow of its eyes first. Predatory form stalks outwards from the tree line, canines glinting. I realize how hard I'm shaking as I see it drop some kind of fleshy mass from its jaws. Ah! A childish scream rings out, and I twist to see a kid in a ghost costume turning and running down the street. Sweets fly from their plastic pumpkin basket as they sprint out of view. Shit. I turn back around, seeing the wolf now significantly closer, maybe 3 meters away. I'm thankful I didn't chase after the kid. In a weird way, it seems to jolt me out of my paralysis. I sprint forwards. A snarl rips out, the large beast charging forwards as well. As the large face collides with my arm as I twist out of the way at the last second, the wolf slams me back, and I quickly refocus on the knife in my left hand. It turns to me again as I plant the blade into its shoulder, warm blood coating my fist. It yelps but keeps pushing forward. I try to hold it back with one hand, my fingers releasing the knife. Shit! I realize how futile this is and try to throw it back, feeling claw pierce somewhere around my belly button. I scream. Teeth climb over my hand and I scream once more. In a fit of adrenaline, I wrap my hand around the thick neck and use all the strength I can summon. I'm gonna choke this wolf out! I slam its head into the ground, feeling it go limp for just a second and release my bloody fist. Terror consumes me and I jump to my feet, the world hazy. I start to limp away, quickening into a sprint as I hear pounding behind me. The pain in my hand darts up my whole torso, feeling like an electric shock. So I reach the street, I realize I have no idea what I'm doing, no possibility about running this creature. The knife didn't seem to slow it down even a little. Terror grows in my chest, but a bend to my left gives me an idea. Hearing the wolf right behind me, I reach out and grab. I stumble slightly as I pull it down, but the bin clatters loudly to the floor behind me. The wolf slams into it, garbage spilling into the street. Oh, now we're littering. Take advantage of the brief distraction and turn sharply into another road. I have absolutely no direction, but something catches my attention. Strips of fabric line a heap, along with, wait, a large dented bat sits on it. No way. I have no time to consider what led me here as I reach down and grip the bat, hearing the snarling behind me. I swing, feeling the metal collide with flesh. Oh, shit. Another yelping snarl rings out, and I see the furred body hit the floor. It recovers fast, though, clawing back towards me. Moves faster than I expect, and the bat glances off as its teeth dig into my arm. Cack! I sputter and scream, but it digs in further. I fall back and hear something tear, those teeth finally leaving my arm. Did he take my arm off? Everything starts to fade, but I urge myself back to reality as it surges towards my face. It moves in slow motion as I feel myself swinging the bat up towards it. It gets closer and closer, and I hit first as it falls down, limp body flopping on top of me. I struggle to push it off, finally sliding my legs out from underneath it. As I stand up, I swing again. It twitches. It brings up a paw to stand. I decided to hit it again to be sure. Just gotta give it one last bonk. And again. A couple times. Eventually, everything goes still as I hit it again, seeing the color truly leave its eyes this time. My head spins as I realize this might actually be over. I feel like I've slipped into a different world without my knowing. I look over at it, its chest no longer rising and lowering as it breathes. I remember exactly what this it is. I laugh a little, feel sick, and throw up onto the street beside me. I sit down hard, feeling weakness throughout my entire body. Resting my head against the road, I watch the stars. I think of going back home, but I can't find the strength to move. A feeling of madness descends on me, and I realize something is truly broken. I clamber to my feet, clutching the bat limply in my hand. Ignore the feeling of warmth gushing over my arm. As I begin to walk away, I hear police sirens in the distance. Ooh, I'm going to jail. Happy Halloween! Yeah, so that is, what is this game called? That is what it is. Canidae. That was actually really good. A lot of reading. I felt like I was playing Doki Doki Literature Club or Do Not Take This Cat Home for a second. But I like the story. I like the turning into the animals that they dressed up as, because they're going back to their animalistic nature. Very interesting. I wouldn't have thought of Blue as a fox, but I like it. I like it. It's actually a really fun game. I know it wasn't like actiony, but sometimes story-based games also really fun. Anyway, that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, Anna out.